Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Chels.
Welcome to Sidechicks,
The podcast for anyone who's been dreaming about starting that side hustle but hasn't quite taken the leap yet.
We're chatting with everyday people, turning ideas into income, all while juggling life, parenthood, full-time jobs, and everything in between.
Think of us as your business besties, here to keep it real, share the highs and lows, and remind you that you don't need to have it all figured out to get started.
Just a good idea, a bit of courage, and maybe a coffee or five. Hello and welcome to episode 1.
Woo!
Today we are introducing ourselves and we're going to talk a little bit about our background in business, running our own side hustles. But first we're going to talk a little bit about how we met. So me and Chels met in 2017.
We did.
So long ago now.
Crazy.
I know. And the funny thing is we were wearing matching outfits.
We were. We both had white button-up, like linen cotton shirts on. And ripped
denim,
skinny
blue
jeans, I think.
Skinny jeans.
Cool.
And yeah, so we have been friends ever since, and I think we have recently probably caught up more as we talk about business.
Yeah. Me and Sam actually used to live together as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, and then, like Sam said, more
Whoa.
recently, definitely bonded over business and side hustles, and I think we've both got the same mindset with that.
Yeah.
And then, Sam, we were on Facebook Messenger talking about different milks, and you told me about hemp milk, and then you were like, we should start a podcast.
Did it go?
I think
you need to try hemp milk. We need to start a podcast.
I think it did. I should have actually pulled it up, got the receipts out. And then
typical.
It was like, and then I think I said, we'd actually be really good at that.
Yeah.
And then it was like a maybe later kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then we caught up for coffee and like talked for 3 hours.
That's so right. And we were like, hey, we could have recorded that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good information
We
in there.
actually need to do it.
Yes.
And then we just did it, and we're doing it.
We're doing it. So here's the message for you gals.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it. And that's, so the whole goal with our podcast is obviously we're going to interview, after we introduce ourselves and interview each other a little bit, we've got some really cool guests lined up.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Eh?
And people that own side hustles, small businesses, or big businesses that may have started as a side hustle, or it's a big business they've taken over, anything like that. So we're really excited. But the whole kind of goal of it is to create a community and inspire people. So we want to be inspiring people to just start, like our intro that you would have just heard that actually took us about 20 takes, and we got the giggles halfway through. And then we went with the first take, so we hope you like it.
Doesn't that just show? Don't try and perfect something.
Yes, that's actually so true.
Yeah. It'll never be perfect enough. You just got to do it.
Exactly.
And let go of the judgment of other people. And
I think in New Zealand we're really bad with tall poppy syndrome as well.
Absolutely.
And like, of course there's going to be people, and also us, that probably cringe at that and this, and
we will.
We'll cringe at it. We'll be like, oh,
you always do when you start something new.
Exactly. And who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
like, you've just got to not care what people think and just start the thing. Like, and that's pretty much what we're doing.
Cool. So, Chels, we're going to talk a little bit about your business today and your background. Did you want to just give a little bit of an intro about yourself and where it all started?
Yeah. Okay, so hi, I'm Chelsea. I'm 32. Hey. I'm 32. I'm a mum of 2. A little bit about me. I love op shopping. I love fashion. I love trash reality TV. Love me an iced latte, even in the winter. I've got a couple of side hustles and one in the making at the moment, which we'll get into a little bit later. And I also have a 9 to 5 working in an office for a construction company.
That's a bit going on.
It is a bit. And now I'm a co-host of a podcast.
Add that to the resume. Add that to the resume.
Add it to my Instagram bio.
What was the other thing? Sound engineer.
Oh, yeah. We're also sound engineers. This is all edited by Sam and I.
Podcast producer.
Yeah, we're podcast producers, sound engineers, co-hosts.
Directors.
You name it. Directors.
Film.
Yeah, we're filming this too, so we're also videographers.
So, Chels, where did it all start? Can you tell us? I know that you've had a few side hustles, you've got a bit going on. Can you tell us where the first idea came from, how it started?
Sure. So I want to start off, which I think a few people relate to this. I want to start off by saying that I'm in the very long and expensive process of actually getting diagnosed with ADHD.
Yeah.
And I'm 99% sure that I have got it. And one of the traits of ADHD is having like a million ideas and never doing them, or like starting a project, not finishing it, or getting bored. Like it's quite a common trait to just like start a new hobby, buy all the gear, and then not actually follow it through. So that's kind of, you'll see why I came up with so many different things. But I'm not going to list every single one of them because there is a lot that I've started. The amount of logos I've made on Canva.
Really?
Yeah. Or like stickers or business cards I've got printed on Vistaprint, and then they've like never gone anywhere.
I haven't used Vistaprint in a long time.
Or
now.
I've like Instagram accounts I've probably made and then just never like used them or changed the name.
You've got that passion.
Yeah, so there's a lot.
Cool.
But I will talk about ones that I have actually started that almost went somewhere.
I think everybody has had that idea, got that passion, and then a lot of people probably have stopped it because it's been in the too hard basket.
Yeah, and I think you'll find a lot of, like I've listened to quite a few business podcasts, and a lot of successful businesses, like for example, I really like Brittany Saunders, the owner of Fate the Label in Australia. I love her podcast, and she, I think a lot of people think that she just started Fate and that was like a big successful first business, and she's had plenty of side hustles before that. Yeah, she even was doing like phone covers like herself.
Really?
Yeah, like buying them on eBay and then like sticking charms onto them and selling them and stuff.
And
I
did
think
they
it's just that
just
entrepreneur kind of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they just drift off?
Yeah, I think she just was a bit of trial and error probably, like trying to get the right thing.
Yeah. You don't hear about that often though.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
you
that's
just
cool.
think, so you see someone super successful and you think like, oh, that was their first idea, they've made it, not realizing that they've actually done fucking 20 other things before that,
exactly.
especially if they've got ADHD.
Yeah.
Sweet. I was actually trying to think of like my first memory of business. I'm lucky as it was probably really early on. I come from a very creative family. My parents are both potters, and I actually literally grew up in the like back of a pottery factory. So I got to see like the production and the shop and how it all worked. So I kind of knew from a young age that like you make something or you buy it for cheaper and then sell it for more. Like buy it at a certain price and then obviously sell it for more. At retail. So it was quite cool to kind of see all that from a younger age.
You learnt that young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where a lot of people probably wouldn't. They just go like shopping with their mum or something and maybe not realise that whatever they're buying is actually made way cheaper or bought cheaper somewhere else.
You've got no idea where it's come from.
Yeah. So I was quite lucky in that aspect. Anyway, my first actual memory of making money, which kind of relates to this, is mum would actually let us draw on some of the pottery pieces that she had done. I think they were like seconds or something. And then she made a kids section in the shop. So we were allowed to draw on the pottery, whatever we wanted, paint it ourselves. And then she put it in this little kids section. And people would buy it.
That's really
I know.
cute. Yeah, that's
so that
really
was like my first memory of like selling something and being like, oh, wow, I've like made money because I did this and someone bought it. So that was quite cool. And I actually remember going to one of my primary school friends' houses and seeing like the pen pot I had made. I know. And I was like, oh my God, her mum thought that was cool and bought it. And I drew that. So that was quite a cool thing.
That.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
Yeah. And then like there's also a massive walnut tree outside the mill. And that was another, mum and dad used to let us like pick up the walnuts and dry them and bag them up and stuff and sell those. So that was kind of the other. Yeah. I think I've always had that entrepreneurship ingrained in me, probably from watching my parents be like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than like economics class in high school where you have to do like that fair thing, did you ever do that?
Didn't take economics in high school.
Look at you now.
I was an art class
nice.
gal.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think the group I was with, we made like mirrors for your locker and little phone cases, like flip phone little sock
cool.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, They were like the kind of early memories of business, I guess. But my first grand business idea that kind of got off the ground was actually a photography business. So this would have been in my like early 20s.
Didn't know you at this point.
Yeah, no, we didn't know each other.
No.
And it was called Chelsea Savannah Photography because Savannah is actually my middle name.
Yeah.
I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I did some little like online photography course, bought a fancy camera. One of my friends helped me make a logo that we turned into like a watermark. And then I would photograph friends' birth. It must have been when I was 21-ish because I remember doing like a couple of 21st of my friends. And then I'd put them on my Facebook business page that I'd made with the watermark on them.
Yeah,
so
nice,
it was
no one
like,
could steal them.
so it was like, where'd that photo come from? Oh, wow, Chelsea Savannah Photography.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's really cool.
And I did one paid gig, and it was actually our friend Nicola who owned a spray tanning business at the time.
I didn't know she owned a straight
Yeah,
business.
this is a while ago.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, bless her. She wouldn't have realised it at the time, but like her support gave me that like, oh shit, someone actually wants to pay me for this kind
shout
of
out
thing.
Nicola.
Yeah, shout out Nicola.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny because then it gives you that little confidence boost. And then when I actually came to edit the photos, I got imposter syndrome.
Did you?
Yeah, because you're
think,
like,
I'm
shit,
not a photographer?
this person's paying me and I like don't know what I'm doing.
Did you have Photoshop?
Yeah, it was all Photoshop and stuff. But
So you were using legit
Yeah.
platforms?
yeah, I was. And then I think I kind of chickened out a little bit, and I don't even think I ended up charging her, or I charged her way less than I first quoted. But from there I decided that business was too hard and I moved on to the next one. But I also don't think I could have handled someone being like, I don't like these photos that you took of me and I paid you for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was I was not cut out for that. But then I kind of think, fuck, imagine if I stuck to it. I could be this hard out wedding photographer right now. I'd be making bank.
Yeah. But you can't think like that,
No,
girlfriend.
exactly. Bit of a learning curve. But
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it. And I think I think I sold the camera anyway. So it's not like it was a complete dead end.
Yeah. And you will be able to use your photography skills. In
Yes. I mean, I swear there's not many skills. I'd probably be better on an iPhone now. It was like some probably free or $200 like online
iPhones?
course that I did.
Oh, really?
And I got a certificate. So it was like, I'm a photographer.
It's like a homemade certificate.
So funny.
No, but aren't iPhones so good
Oh,
now,
it
though?
probably is better. An iPhone is probably better than the camera I was using that long ago, I'd say.
And you just know it's going to be the right image for Instagram.
Yeah,
like it's going to be all
exactly.
the right dimensions and everything like
way
that.
easier. It's
so
just instant.
much easier.
Yeah. Yeah, so next side hustle, I was in this would have just been like a few years after this probably. I was in my wannabe surfer beach gal era. Mm-hmm. And it was like beach themed jewellery. So by this time, Mum and Dad's pottery shop used to be in the cafe, if you know where that, so it was way bigger back then. Cool. And then cafe moved in and they moved next door. And then the pottery side of it kind of slowed down a bit, like earthquakes and all that slowed that down. So they kind of turned the shop into less pottery that they'd made and more of like giftware, art gallery, that kind of vibe. So that's when they started actually like going to gift fairs and importing other people's products. Yeah. So I got to then kind of see that side of it, and Mum would let me order things through her suppliers, and then I could put my tag on it.
Cool.
And my name for that, which I think was really cool. I think my mum might have helped me come up with this one. I can't actually remember, but it was Sea and Sand, and that's actually the end of my first name and the start of my last name.
Whoa.
Yeah, cool. Eh? So Chelsea,
S-E-A?
like, and then Sanderson.
Jenny's
C
good
and
with
Sand.
words,
Yeah,
isn't she?
I know. I'm pretty sure it was her. I should double check that. But yeah, I loved
such
that.
a cool name.
And the tag was really cute. It was like blue with a little wave or something, and that like cool
fun.
beach font.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then I'd get to sell it in the shop, and then I think Mum would have taken like a small commission or something.
Yeah.
That was also the first time I'd kind of learned that you could order bulk off somewhere like AliExpress and then obviously sell that each one for more. Mm-hmm. And funny story, because Mum actually told me the other day that I sold a bracelet, a Sea and Sand bracelet in the shop like the other day, and I think
They're
it would
still
be
in
the
there.
last one. I reckon it would be like one of the last ones. And I was thinking, that poor person who bought it, because it's literally been sitting there for like 10 years.
Definitely dust on it.
Does the clasp even work? And it had the tag still on.
It's vintage.
It's vintage. Vintage sand sand.
One of a kind.
Yeah, actually.
The last one.
I know. I would love to see if there's, I'm pretty sure it was the last one, but I need to go and see. There might be like one or two more floating around.
Classic.
Yeah. And then the next one,
Yeah.
this one is slightly more recent. Well, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. So this was when I was working as a tour guide around New Zealand, and I saw a gap in the market for like a cool tourist t-shirt. There's heaps around that will just like say New Zealand or have like a map of New Zealand on it, or the flag,
kiwi.
or kiwi.
Yeah.
There's lots of like baby stuff, but because the travellers I had were 18 to 35 year olds on a Kentucky, they obviously were a little bit cooler than that. So they wanted something more like, you know, their generation.
Yeah.
And I also saw a lack for like te reo Māori on clothing. Obviously there's lots that just say like kia ora or something like that. But I was filling a gap of like, just a more trendier vibe of that.
Yeah.
And this one was called, I also love the name behind, the story behind the naming of this. So this one was called Happy Hari. And Hari, Hari, is actually the Māori word for happy. So it's kind of happy.
Yeah.
And my sister, I think, actually helped me come up with this. And the story behind this is my childhood teddy bear, like that I had as a baby, this like gross mustard yellow knitted teddy bear.
They're all feral.
Yeah, feral.
Yeah.
I used to call it Harry Harry, which I didn't realise at the time, but Hari Hari, because I was pronouncing it wrong, is actually a town on the west coast. And my granny, who gave me that teddy bear, knitted it for me while on holiday in the west coast.
Oh, so the teddy bear's name was Hari.
So as in my whole childhood, I called my teddy bear Harry Harry.
Yeah.
Like, that was its name. Yeah. And then later on found out that it's obviously pronounced Hari Hari.
Yeah, yeah.
And my grandparents wouldn't have known.
Oh,
My
that's
white
really
grandparents
cool.
would have had no idea that that's how you say it.
Yeah.
So that's where that came from, the Happy Hari. So it was like the ode to my childhood teddy bear and my granny that knitted it, and then weaving in the English and Māori
The correct
name for and the correct, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one was ordering importing AS colour clothing, so like crews and hoodies, and then getting te reo Māori words embroidered on them. And I tried to do like trendy colour combos, like I had a nice light pink with red, and just words like aroha, whānau, morena, like quite common, but you know, just not only kia ora kind of thing.
And you did Christmas editions
yeah,
too.
did Christmas as
Things
well.
like that, eh?
Yeah, tried to did matariki too.
Yeah.
Tried to kind of jump on some of the trends with that, but. So yeah, I had a Shopify website and everything. It actually did really well during COVID, and just after COVID, when everyone was on the like support local buzz.
That was a buzz
Yeah.
for probably
I reckon 6 months, yeah.
and then
it was
slowly
great.
died off. It
Yeah.
was so good.
It was. And then really sadly, didn't stick around.
Along comes
Yeah,
Temu.
exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking Kmart.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, not fucking Kmart. I love Kmart. But yeah, actually, similar timing. I did a Christmas market at the mill and organised like people with crafts and things like that to come and put up a stall.
Yeah.
And that Christmas after COVID was so busy. We had so many people come. All the vendors loved it and they were like so grateful, and it was amazing. And then I was so excited to do it the next year, and then it was just a flop. Like, it was okay, but it was nowhere near as good. And then as the organizer, even though it's obviously not your fault, you kind of feel bad because these people have obviously paid a small fee to have their stall there, and they didn't sell as much as last year, and you're kind of like, oh, I'm sorry.
Do you think there was way less numbers?
Yeah, it was just that, it was that classic, we were all supporting local after COVID.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
And I think people's budgets obviously tightened and stuff like that.
Yeah. their priorities changed.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, it got, so yeah, post COVID, when like shipping went up and all that kind of stuff, it just got way too expensive to run, and I very sadly let that business die as well.
You're feeling sad about that?
Yeah, a little bit, only because I knew I was onto something.
Yeah.
And there has been some that have come out since, and they're
hate
probably
that.
doing great. Yeah.
That's what happened with our table business.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, we'll get into that.
Get into
definitely.
that later.
Yeah. But yeah, I did also find it quite hard to market. Although like Chase and my children whakapapa Māori, I don't. And then because I'm like the face of it, I didn't want to be like this white girl trying to promote something like that. And I found that part kind of hard to navigate as well. So yeah, I just kind of thought, no, I'll just park this. I can always try come back to it later. And yeah, there's actually still stock for sale at the mill. If anyone wants some, go ahead and yeah, there's still a little bit left.
Yeah. Shit, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And they're all so different.
I know, isn't it crazy?
Yeah, they're all so different.
It's funny because when I was when I was kind of taking notes for this, I was like, shit, that's actually like, what is wrong with me? Like,
You're in
just stick to something.
Yeah. So can you tell us what's going on now?
Yeah, so I've now got 2 current side hustles.
Yeah.
And one in the making, but I'll first start telling you about the current ones. So I've got my marriage celebrant business, which is Married by Chelsea. This came about in 2019. So my sister was planning her wedding, couldn't find like a cool young celebrant, which obviously I am.
Cool and young.
Yeah, and asked me to do it. So I was like, yeah, why not? Like, I've got the skill set from being a tour guide. Like, you know, I know how to talk on a microphone and that kind of thing. Yeah. So I married my brother-in-law and sister at the start of 2020, right before lockdown. And then I never really planned to turn it into a business. I was always just kind of like, oh, yeah, I'll do like friends and family or something. And then I ended up obviously losing my job in tourism because of COVID. And then I'd had Tui since then, my daughter. So I thought I might as well use this. It's quite a good side hustle to have as a mum.
And you could merge into a business quite easily? Like, you don't need a whole heap of money to get started?
No, not really.
Yeah.
No,
Cool.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
So it could happen quite naturally.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm pretty proud of the fact that I've also like never had a website for it either. It's all been from Instagram or recommendations from friends or other celebrants.
Cool.
I've also got a really awesome, supportive wee group of celebrant friends, and I think we're a really great example of the whole like community over competition or collaboration over competition. So shout out to them, and I'd love to get one of them on the pod at some stage as well. Cool. So my other current one is called Thrifty. This is my reseller side hustle. So I buy secondhand clothing from the op shop and then resell it. This actually has quite a cool story. So it technically actually started like 10 years ago. Not exactly by me, but so mum and dad actually had a massive garage sale at the mill literally like 10 years ago.
Yep.
And my sisters and I put our old clothes in it. And then they decided to just, or like they also had heaps of their stuff in there, like dad's old tools and probably a lawnmower or some shit, that kind of crap. So they decided to keep the garage sale going, probably because they couldn't be fucked packing it up, I reckon.
Really?
So they just like
sat
left.
there?
Yeah, and then because the shop's open and it was right next door, it became like a part of the shop. And that's literally how that like secondhand part of, it used to be a garage sale. I know, funny.
They just couldn't be cleaning it up.
Yeah. It's changed heaps over the years, obviously, and it's like probably been moved around multiple times, and it now takes up half the shop.
Whoa.
But the name Thrifty was my attempt to kind of rebrand it and take it over slightly. I made an Instagram page, started selling on there as well, but I've since turned that page into my personal page. I still do the odd drop on my stories though.
Yeah.
And I obviously still put stuff into the shop in the mill.
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely love op shopping. I love Instagram. So it was like the perfect merge of both of them. I often still find really cool pieces not in my size. So it was like a good way to be like, oh, I can't let this go to waste. Like, as in, I can't leave this here when I know it's a good brand and I know someone will really like it, kind of thing. So it definitely ticks that like dopamine hit that you get from buying
you're going
something
shopping.
too. Yeah. So it's like
So true.
a nice win-win on that front.
Do you feel like you go shopping for thrifty, or do you go shopping and you happen to get something when you're out and about?
Good question. I probably try and mask it as I'm going for thrifty and this is a business thing, but I'm 100% going for me. And then it's like, oh, I'll find something for thrifty.
Yeah.
But to be honest, op shops have gotten quite expensive. It's not really worth it now. So unless I'm finding a bargain, then yes, I'll buy it. Majority of the clothes I sell now are clothes I have bought for myself and I've maybe worn a couple of times or don't like anymore or don't fit or whatever. So most of the clothes I now sell are my old ones. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of a shame. I do feel sorry for resellers at the moment because they also get a lot of slack online. Like a lot of, yeah, it's funny. The community itself of resellers, amazing. Kind of like my Celebrant one, like just so supportive. Everyone's, liking each other's posts and DMing, and we all buy off each other as well. It's quite funny. I actually think we're probably each other's main customers, which is so
just
bad.
Like recycling.
Yeah, literally. Well, that's the whole point.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah. But there is, like, I'm a part of some op shopping, like, Facebook groups or something, and there's always negative comments in there about, like, resellers are the reason the op shop prices are so high.
Because there's more resellers. If you were to buy something off another reseller and then resell it, would you do that? Or would you feel like
it's definitely happened? It's happened to me. I don't know if I have or not, but I have seen people resell my stuff.
Yeah,
that's also a really good topic, and some resellers I've heard them talk about it like on their Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm not against it at all. I think the people that have bought off me and resold it have, I think, just sold it for like the same price anyway.
True.
One girl, I actually said to her, so she bought a dress off me, and I saw she had it up ready for her next drop, and I said, make sure you put more on it because it was really popular, as in like you could make more.
Girl.
Yeah, I don't know if she did or not. I never checked, but I think go for it. Like it's a part of it. Yeah. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, good on you if you made more of it.
Yeah. And so you currently have one in the making.
I do.
So exciting.
Yeah.
I personally love this product. My mum froths it.
Yeah, she just saw it.
I was like, man, we need to record this review because it was so authentic and it was so good. She loves it. So can you tell us a little bit about the new project?
I can.
Yay.
So currently in the process of starting a handbag company. It's funny when I say that. I think people's brains go straight to like leather handbag or something.
Yeah, your brain definitely does.
And it's not.
Yeah.
But I've also just realised I've never announced the name online or anything.
Are you going to announce it
Should
today?
we? Should we use it as like clickbait for my 1,000 followers?
Go on. Yeah.
You have to listen to the pod to find out the name of Chelsea's new handbag company.
Do like a beep.
Yeah. Oh my God, okay. Okay. Drum roll. So the name of my handbag company is Tillie.
Cool.
Tillie.
Love it.
Not
love
a
it,
Y.
love it.
Kind of cool.
Love it. So how did you come up with that? What does Tillie mean to you?
Nothing at all.
Yeah. That's so okay.
Yeah. It's so funny. So I really wanted just like one strong word, and I really, really, really wanted it to have a special meaning. Like all the ones I've just mentioned have a really cool story, or they've got some kind of family or name connection. And I tried so hard to just like come up with something that meant something. I literally put every prompt into Chat GPT. I tried merging like my grandparents' names together. I looked up like different languages and tried, everything. And then I just started looking at like girls' names that I liked. And I liked Tillie. It's like just a nice word. It's like, one easy word to say. And then the funny story is I was telling my mum the name and she was like, Tillie, like short for utility. And I'm like, yeah,
Yes, that was the plan the whole time.
Okay. And then it's funny because 2 other people have said that since.
Really?
Yeah, so we're rolling with that now.
Whoa.
Yeah, so Tilly is officially short for utility.
I
so
love
it's
it.
a utility bag because it fits everything.
Yeah. And Tilly, you can personalise it. Tilly, I'm bringing Tilly along with me today because she's so
cute.
handy.
Yes, she's my best friend.
She's my assistant and best friend. Yeah.
She's got me.
She's got my
Tilly's
back.
got you.
And she's on my
got
back.
my back. Stop. That's the tagline.
She's got
oh my
my
God,
back.
yes, Tilly. She's
Love
got
it.
your
I
back.
love Tilly so much.
Oh, good.
So, how did you come up with the idea and why handbags?
So Chase and I actually talked about starting business for ages. We're always researching like the next trend, what's trending overseas at the moment. We even looked into like importing vending machines at one stage.
Cool.
Which
Can
I still
just-
want to do.
Can I just segue?
Yeah.
There's a vending machine in Littleton.
Yeah.
I live in Littleton. And it's a really fucking good one. Okay, it's got toothpaste.
Oh my God, love.
It's got deodorant.
Because you get
It's got baby wipes.
yes.
It's got condoms.
Oh my God.
It's got like,
who owns it?
I don't know
Smart.
who owns it,
If
but
you
it's a
own
really
it,
practical one.
Do you want to be a guest on our podcast?
Yes. Who owns it? Let
Yeah.
us know who owns it.
That's such a good idea because I think Littleton, you'd get like a lot of travellers and vans and stuff.
Yeah, and it's got like tampons. It's got,
Fuck, that's smart.
yeah, it's actually got stuff you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that vending machines have turned into not just the norm, as in
Yeah.
like there's a company in Australia that I can't remember the name of it, but they're like famous for their cakes, and they now have a cake vending machine in a mall. And you think of like the cost difference between having a shop and a shopping centre. Like we're talking Australian Westfield shopping centre, so imagine the
Yeah.
price of having a shop
Yeah.
compared to just having a vending machine.
Yes.
Like it's a smart business move, I
It's
think.
smart. Don't have to
business
hire
move.
any people.
Skincare vending machine.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you try get that vending machine to put your skincare in it?
Yeah.
Handbag vending machine.
Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So you thought about vending machines.
Yeah,
and you
we
thought
did.
about importing something.
Yeah, just anything really.
yeah.
And then, I don't know, we kind of came back to that. Like, I feel like every few weeks we were like, what are we going to do? And like jump on Google and that kind of thing. And then the idea for the handbag actually came really organically. I was literally just looking for a new handbag, but I
Yeah.
couldn't find one that I liked. And like, I'm quite fussy and I was just literally trolling the whole internet trying to find something that like fitted all my needs, I guess. There was 3 bags that I really liked. Each had a different feature, but none of them did all of them. So that's, one had like the size and shape that I liked. One had the material. One had a function that I liked. So I just merged them all together.
Amazing.
Yeah, started sketching some ideas.
And then is that when, did you take it to a manufacturer?
Yeah. So this part takes fucking ages.
Really?
Yeah, I think way longer than people realize, unless you get lucky maybe. But the idea first came about in August last year. So we're already in, what are we, May?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like, I've been working on it since then pretty much. So it's, and you would know this, how long something actually takes to get off the ground kind of thing. But yeah, I'm quite lucky. My older sister Amelia actually owns a jewellery business, which we'll have to get her on the pod at some stage.
Yeah.
So I was lucky to have her guidance, kind of floated the idea past her. She taught me what MOQ means. I literally had no idea what that even meant. For those that don't know, minimum order quantity. And that's like the first question you need to ask a manufacturer.
Yeah.
Because if their MOQ is like 3,000 of one colour, then how the fuck are you going to afford that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also, what I didn't realise is that you can negotiate MOQs.
Yes, yeah.
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 So,
Because they probably still want your business too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a bit of a like bartering style almost.
a bit of a game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So to actually find the manufacturer, really hard. It took me ages. And it's a lot of like not cold calls, cold emails, cold WhatsApp messages.
If it's international.
Yes,
yeah, true.
yeah, they mostly use WhatsApp to be honest. I did try Alibaba. I did try looking at China. I tried Bali as well, and I ended up going with Bali because I found somewhere that had a really low MOQ. especially compared to China. China's massive.
Really?
Yeah.
So you mentioned Alibaba. Can you go to someone on Alibaba with your own design, or does it have to be already made?
Most things, I think, on Alibaba are already made, and
Yep.
then you can obviously like put your own branding on it. Because mine was my design, that's one of the first questions you have to ask, and for the Bali manufacturers too. So my first message was basically, do you do custom? Can you do this material? And what are your MOQs? Yep. And I would just pretty much copy and paste that to, I think, like a good 100 or so.
Yeah.
And then see who replies. Yeah.
Were these all Bali and China?
Yeah,
did you
both.
say?
I was just at the start. It was just like whoever
Just see.
replies. It's because a lot of people didn't.
Really?
Yeah,
How many
a
do you
lot.
think replied?
Oh, maybe like 30, and then a good 20 of those are like, no, sorry, we don't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I kind of dwindled it down to like maybe 5 that I was going back and forth with for a while, and then it kind of got down to 2 that I was like, okay, and I ordered samples off 2 and then went from there.
And the time in doing that, and with the time difference as well.
Yes, that is
not
the
like
hardest.
back and forth, is it? Yeah, true.
You're like kind of ready to wind down for the day, or it's kids' bedtime, and then it's nighttime, and then you're like, replying to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I actually went to Bali, so I've narrowed it down to 2, in Bali.
Yep.
And then while I was there, I ended up running with 1. So I checked both samples. I went to one of the factories, the one that I was going to go with. That was really cool to actually go to the factory. 1, to see I'm not getting scammed, because it's all over WhatsApp. You feel very like, am I just sending you this money and you're not going to like actually do anything? It's a weird process, eh?
Not meeting
the
exactly.
person,
seeing the place.
Yeah. So
seeing what it's like, seeing what the work is, like their treatment, like seeing everything like that, eh?
Yeah, so I really liked getting to go to the factory.
Yeah.
I got to see it wasn't like this crazy Chinese sweatshop vibe.
Yeah.
It was a nice like family-owned kind of business. So the trip to Bali was like amazing, but also unnecessary. Like as in, I'm kind of adding this part in because it's like we want to be like, just start. Like you don't need everything to be perfect. I didn't have to go to Bali. I could have easily started it without it. So like, don't think you needed the money and the trip. You don't have to go to the factory. There's so many people that have businesses and stuff's manufactured in China and they've never been to China. Like
what would you recommend people do to feel safe about the manufacturer that they're using without having to go to the place?
Great question. I haven't obviously used this feature, but I know there are people that you can hire as like your middleman. I presume they're an agent is maybe their name. Yeah.
And quality control.
Yes, quality control, yeah. Which I learned the other day that, if you buy something and the tag has a little white sticker on it, that means it's been quality control checked. Yeah.
So every item has been checked by
and
that.
it might not be,
cool.
so I don't think not all your clothes might have it because they're probably only checking like, I don't know, a couple of hundred from that 1,000 or something to make sure it's all good. But so that means that say if the business is based in New Zealand, they have hired a like agent to go to the factory in China, do your kind of middleman stuff, do the quality control checks, and then let you know that it's all good.
Yeah.
So I'd say that would be the way for that. I don't actually know if Bali has that. They probably do. I presume
I'm sure
so.
they will.
Yeah.
If a lot of items are manufactured in Bali, they must have something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Surely. Yeah.
But yeah, the Bali trip was just amazing anyway. So my sister, who I mentioned before, for the jewellery company, a lot of the jewellery she designs gets made in Bali. So she was kind of going anyway. And it was like, oh, well, I might as well come too. It just fast-tracked the process because instead of like, the whole time zone, waiting for the email back and forth, then posting me a sample, me checking it, and then back and forth like that, I could literally, you can order a scooter to scooter you the sample to your accommodation, check it, and then I could just WhatsApp them straight away.
Is it Gojek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
And I remember the first time I jumped on the back of the scooter to go to the factory, the charge came up on the Gojek and it was like 8,000 or something. And you know how like you can roughly just take off some zeros, and my brain went, oh, $8, sweet. It was 80 cents.
I know,
It was 80 cents.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
For like a 15 to 20 minute scooter ride.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
It's insane.
Yeah. It's
and I was
insane.
thinking $8 was cheap.
Yeah.
Because an Uber would have been like fucking 80 probably.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, awesome holiday. So we ended up taking the girls. So I took Tui and then Amelia took my niece Marnie. Best girls trip.
Cool.
And we got nannies while we were there.
Amazing.
Yeah, nannies are really cheap and so worth it.
Were they hanging out with you?
Yeah, we did a bit of both. So
the nannies would come along?
Yeah.
Cool.
So we got two nannies. They were roughly $35 New Zealand for the 5 hours each nanny. So 70 between me and Amelia.
Yeah.
So worth it.
Yeah.
Like, so worth it. So it meant me and Amelia could go to meetings or I could go to the manufacturer, to the factory. They'd be happy that we'd usually, like, all go together to, like, some kind of chipmunksy place. Yeah. And then we'd go from there and then we'd come back and we'd have lunch all together. And then maybe we'd go off and do some shopping or something and then come back again and say goodbye to the nannies or swimming with them.
They don't want to be dragged around.
No,
anyway,
I did. There was one afternoon where I had to bring Tui with me to the factory and she was so overtired and I was like, oh my God, what have I done? And then I actually, it's weird because I probably wouldn't usually do this, but I remember going home in the taxi and changing my mindset and being like, actually that was fucking cool. Tui's 3 and she got to see her mum in Bali.
Yeah.
Like making a bag
awesome.
and picking fabric colours and so I was kind of like, as annoying as that was, that's pretty cool to see your mum be like girl boss mode.
Yeah. And did you keep in contact with the nannies if you were to go over there?
Yes, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, and if anyone wants a nanny recommendation, hit me up. We had 2 and they were amazing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I would love to do like a more in-depth episode later on the bag itself because, then we can go into like the money side of production and things because I think it would be quite useful for some people to realise that maybe you don't need as much as you thought to just get started. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll definitely do a more detailed pod later. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that is probably what people think.
Yeah.
It's a massive payment up front.
And if you can find someone with a low MOQ.
It might take more time to find them.
Exactly. It might be a bit more back and forth on things. But, I don't think it's as much as people think.
Cool. So what have been the biggest challenges or lessons you've learned so far with all of this?
Yeah. So nothing, so with the bag, nothing crazy yet. Touch wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not wood.
Yeah, that's not wood. I did find my manufacturers like amazing to deal with at the start. Good. And I have heard a lot of horror stories or even seen it firsthand, like through my sisters getting manufacturing, how things can go wrong so easily.
Do you think a language barrier really affects that too?
Definitely. Yeah. So I'll come into that. So first of all, like I thought mine were like too good to be true at the start. And they were super fast at making a sample, responding to messages, had said yes to being able to like get these colours, everything.
That why you went over there? Like,
I need like
to
sucked
see if
me
this
in.
is actually a robot.
Yeah, kind of. No, and then like once I kind of found like once I'd paid my deposit and things were locked in, communication just slowed down a little bit.
Oh, really?
And then all of a sudden, they couldn't get these colours that I wanted.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's kind of why it's all taken way longer than it was meant to, which I knew it would. Like, I never announced a launch date or anything because I just knew, I always had in my head that it will take probably a year. Yeah. And then when I went to Bali, I was like, oh, this isn't going to be a year, easy. And it's probably still going to be a year, even though I went there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing. A year is actually short in the long run.
Yes, you're right.
It's not long at all.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the language barrier thing, that would be the other challenge. And that's definitely a me problem, not them. And it's more because I'm not very clear on my instructions. So I'm very much more like, oh, I kind of like that, but like I also like that. But like, could you maybe like do a bit more of this. And then, when I just need to be like, remove that part, keep that part, and please do this.
Yes.
You can't be like how I would talk. Yeah. It's quite fun.
It was black and white.
Yes, exactly. And it took me a couple of like messages back and forth from changing things to be like, shit, I just need to be more clear. Like, I need to make this decision myself, not like...
What do you think?
Yeah, not be like, maybe that colour.
It's up to you. All good either way.
Exactly. So that's probably the only challenges so far. But I'm sure when we do this more in-depth episode on the bag in, I don't know, a couple of months' time or something, I'm sure there would have been...
Here's my list.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be more for sure.
There will always be things, and they might not be big things, but I don't know.
Have you had some? We'll
I just
get
feel
into
like
yours,
daily. Daily there's things, and a lot of the time it's my own fault.
Yeah.
But you live and you learn.
You're constantly a problem solver, I think. I mean, you probably are as a mum as well. Like, but definitely small business vibes.
Yeah.
Or constantly problem solving anything.
And a lot of the time it's the problem you've never faced before.
Yeah, or you've created without even realising.
You have. But the thing that I think is important is if tackling the hard things first. I find sometimes I will put the hard things on the back burner and then they become an even bigger problem.
Yeah.
That's my take. Yeah. Tackle the hard things first. I have to remind myself of that. There's things in my head that I'm thinking I need to do, but I don't want to do because it's hard.
Yeah.
But it will become a bigger problem later on.
I'm like that in everyday life.
Yeah.
My clean washing pile that needs to be put away sits
Not
on a chair.
Just business. Yeah, exactly. Fill
I'd
that
rather
petrol
do something
up before
little.
it gets on the empty light, girl.
Oh my God, literally on the way here.
Really?
I was like, I need to get some kind of energy drink because I'm tired. And I was like, I'll find one at a petrol station because ding, my fucking petrol light comes on. That sound, ding, you're poor.
I don't get a ding.
You have to go fill your tank up.
I don't get a ding. I just get a light.
Oh, mine makes the ding and it's like this.
Triggered.
And anyway, I made the decision to not detour about probably 5 minutes and find a fuel station. I stopped at a dairy and got an energy drink and see that my light's still on. It was only just dinged, but still, I'll have to stop somewhere on the way home.
And
I'll be annoyed.
Yeah, you will.
Because I should have done it.
But it'll be someone else's fault that like made you detour somewhere else. Okay, so what can we expect with the bags and when?
Great question.
Yeah.
When? Absolutely no idea. Cool. It's like I said, all that stuff is the whole colour thing and the communication. And they also had Nyepi, which is Balinese New Year, and Ramadan, which is another religious holiday they celebrate. So they actually closed their factories for like 2 weeks or something, or I think even longer. So it's all been slowed down a bit more than I thought it would be. But yeah, hopefully soon. I don't want to put a date on it, obviously, but I want to do like a rough in the next month or two, fingers crossed. But will I regret saying that?
Yeah, and I think a month out, maybe have more of a date.
Yeah, I definitely won't say a date.
Yeah, easier to not have a date than to have a date and change it.
Exactly. But yeah, I'll be releasing 2 different styles in 6 different colours. So there'll be a beige, olive green, lilac, purple.
Oh, we're getting all the details.
Yeah, the tea has been spilled.
Oh, this is so cool.
You have to listen to this episode to find out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah, burgundy, and then like a blue, not like a bright cobalt blue, more like a indigo-y, purpley blue. I can't explain it, but you'll see it soon. Yeah. Cool. And then, of course, a black, because I feel like that's probably going to be a popular one.
Definitely.
Yeah, small crossbody one, and then like a bigger shoulder bag kind of vibe. Both are multifunctional, and they can be worn different ways as well. And they're made of like a puff nylon, so they're easy to clean. The big one is the one where I merged the 3 bags that I like to give it. It is literally my dream bag.
And that's so cool, man.
I'm really excited because it's like, I guess it's like with anything, it's something you're thought of, and to see it actually in real life, like that was just in my brain. Like, how did I get it out of my brain? Yeah. not just anyone's brain.
You got there, girl.
How did I
I'm
get it
proud
out of
of
my
you.
brain into an actual
Had to, like,
physical item?
Navigate through a few
Yes.
mazes, but we got there.
It's insane.
That's
so
really
it's really cool. But yeah, so big bag, it's my dream bag, and it's designed with like all my different purposes in mind. So like work handbag fits a laptop, baby bag / toddler bag, like there's a spot for a baby bottle, it fits nappies and wipes, toddler drink bottle, that kind of stuff. And then I also had in mind, obviously as a celebrant as well, it fits my paperwork, folder, mic, my Kindle. Cool. And when I've got this giant speaker that I have to take with me, like a PA system, which is on a little trolley, and then like it's obviously with the backpack function, it is easier to, so that's kind of in mind as well. It's also the perfect travel bag if you're like Europe summer. I've designed it that like there's an actual pocket for your passport and it's safe against your back.
Yeah, cool.
And it packs down quite small as well. It's light, it's comfortable.
It's not like a big chunky backpack as well. It's really soft and light, like you said.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take up a lot of space.
No.
I feel.
Yeah, it's funny because
Really cool.
someone even said to me the other day, if you were traveling, you could like put your jumper in it and it's like a pillow, because it is like this nice comfort.
Yes.
If you were like on a train or an airplane or
Yes.
something, it would actually be like it. And I didn't even think of that, so I love that.
And if you're traveling and you want to pack it, you
Yeah.
can like roll it up pretty
Yes,
much.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
And
really
even Sam's mum just tried it on and she put it on a different way that I hadn't. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's quite cool when you show other people and then it's like, oh, you could do this with that.
they
And you're
say.
like, oh, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the crossbody one is can be like a longer strap across your body, and then there's a drawstring feature that becomes a small, cute shoulder bag with a little ruffle strap.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask who your bag is for, but you kind of answered.
Yeah, it's for me.
Yeah. It's perfect.
It's for me. But no, it's obviously
You just really struggled to find that bag.
Yeah, I did actually though, and I think that probably is how a lot of like people that have come up with an idea. I mean, that's you as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we'll
Yeah.
get into that.
Yeah.
But that is how a lot of things like that come to life, because it's something that I've gone to look for, done the research, and been like, oh, I can't find it. I'll have to make my own.
Yeah.
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 Mums, like, and I'm talking like newborn, toddler, and cool moms, obviously. Cool moms.
Yeah.
And then your corporate gal or like commuter. My sister who works in Auckland commutes, I think she bus, train, walk
Whoa.
to the office, and she's been trialing one of the samples. Loves it.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's really nice to have like real feedback of someone who's actually using it in the wild
Yes,
for a purpose. I've used it
absolutely.
as a gym bag, like gym towel, shoes.
Cool.
Yeah. I also used to be a tour guide, as I mentioned, and I even had that in the back of my mind. As a trip manager, you've got paperwork for bookings, and you've got your little mini EFTPOS machine for payments and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of had that in mind, that it's the perfect trip manager bag as well.
Yeah,
So
perfect. You've just taken all your experiences
Literally,
and
yeah.
thought, what would be
all past and present's me.
Yeah, exactly.
This is your bag.
Yeah, this is your utility bag.
Yeah.
I love it.
Tilly for short.
Yes, it's so good. It's
Yeah.
so cool. I'm so excited for you to launch this business.
Same.
So are you going to be online, or are you going to do wholesale stores, or?
Yeah, so we've got I've got a Shopify like website set up.
Cool.
Obviously not launched yet, but
Have you made
it's in
that
the
yourself?
Yeah, it's in the background.
Good on
My
you.
cousin's been helping me with it as well, actually.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then I haven't quite figured out, which I think we want to do an episode on this at some stage, like margins if you're going to wholesale. It's quite interesting. It's something I don't think you really think of until you're in the position, but like just for ease of math, if I'm buying something for like $10
Yep.
and I want to retail it for 20, your person you're wholesaling it to, they also need to make money.
Exactly.
So they want to make that $10 as well. So you want to sell it to, they want to only buy it off you for 10, and then
Yep.
you've made no money.
Yeah.
So you've got to make your retail price higher if you're going to be like to get that margin. It's fucking confusing.
Yeah.
And that's actually what I'm in at the moment, the pricing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obviously not finalised yet, but I am finding the pricing way harder than I thought I would, because I wanted it to be cheaper than it's going to be, but I can't, because not even if I want to wholesale it, just to cover fucking everything else.
Yeah.
It's way more than you think it's going to be. It sucks, because I wanted it to be a cheaper price.
Yeah, well, you can see why items have certain higher price points.
Definitely. Especially small business. Like, you can see why it is what it is.
It's really hard. It's really hard. And you'll get comments. I've had comments from people before. And you just want to say the things that go into
do you know what we
yeah. Bitch. You don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the things that go into it. And you want everybody to have it.
Yeah.
But you just can't.
Yeah.
Because why? There's no point.
Yeah.
If you're not making any money.
Exactly. You're right. It'd be completely pointless.
And the amount of time, you know, you just, you have to find an appropriate price point. And
that price point, like, the profit wouldn't even be covering your time anyway.
Exactly.
So which is the sad part.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, going back into that, I'm not 100% on if I'm going to go into stores yet, but I probably will have to, like, figure out that margin for if I'm going to later. I think I will. Like, I would like to, but I just kind of want to, because I'm starting off quite small, I want to just kind of start quite organically.
Yeah.
And then just see what happens, I guess. I would love to eventually go to, like, a gift fair or something like that as well.
Yeah. And so that's where you'd meet retailers.
Yeah. So I've been with mum and dad to some before as a buyer.
Yeah.
And it's usually in, like, Te Pai or one of the, like, big the Wolfbrook Arena or one of those.
Yep.
And it's where, if you guys don't know, it's where if you've got a small business or a company, you pay for a stall there. It's thousands as well to have a stall. Yep. They do have some cheaper options if you're, like, a new business or a Kickstarter, and you can have just, like, a table. Otherwise, big companies have got, like, a full, like, probably 4x4 like booth, and they set it all up with their branding and the whole like mini shop. Right. And then as a buyer, you go and see the products and kind of like, oh yeah, that'd be nice in my shop. That'll go good, and then you can make orders right there or just take details. A lot of people will also have like a special on if you're ordering at the fair.
Right.
So a lot of people do their buying while they're there.
Do you think it's worth it?
Yeah, I do. If that's what you're wanting, like, some people don't want to be wholesale, don't want to be in retail stores because they lose the margin. Yeah. So, like, if you are big enough and can do it yourself just online, you're obviously going to get more money. But if you'll be seen more if you're in other shops.
And bigger orders.
Yes. Exactly.
Rather than drip feeding purchases.
And probably slightly more guaranteed money. Yeah.
If you're doing wholesale. Consignment's a different story.
Yes. Wholesale, they will buy it off you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll actually get the money.
Yeah.
Where, consignment, you've got to wait for them to sell it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is a great one for if you're kind of wanting to test a store or they're wanting to test you.
If you're a new brand, you most likely will have a shop owner wanting to do consignment if they don't know you yet. Yeah,
which I think is fair. Like, and it just tests waters for both of you, because you might also not want it. You might realise it's sitting there for too long. Oh, no thanks.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I think it's a good way to start if you... Yeah, because you can be a little bit desperate to get into shops as well. So you want to keep your alignment to who the customers that you're aiming towards. They're going to go in there and buy it.
Yeah.
So it is a great way to test the waters.
Yeah.
That is so exciting. I can't wait for this big
I know.
business Tilly to be launched.
I can't wait to launch and for you all to follow me and buy one.
I know. Oh, it's so cool. So exciting. So thank you so much for sharing a little bit about yourself today.
Thanks.
It was cool to have an introduction to you. We'll obviously be hearing a lot from you.
You sure will.
So cool to know your background.
Yeah.
So
next week is you.
Next
Everyone
week
get
is
excited
me.
to meet Sam.
Yeah, so I'll tell everybody a little bit about my story, my businesses, current business, and why I got into it.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to give us a follow on Instagram, we are sidechicks.podcast on Instagram.
Like us, share us. review
us,
this
share
pod.
us. Yep, you
Yeah.
can review
No
this
shit
pod.
reviews though, only good
Yep,
ones.
no Karens allowed. Thank you.
Only 5 stars or
Only-
fuck off.
You're obviously not our listeners.
Yeah, go away.
Go away.
Sweet. See you next week.
All right, we'll see you next week. Thanks so much, Chels.
Bye.
See ya.